Welcome to our channel Mazedar Kahaniyan. Get ready to embark on an exciting journey filled with captivating content, insightful discussions, and endless inspiration. हमारे चैनल में आपका स्वागत है। रोमांचक कंटेंट, ज्ञानवर्धक चर्चाओं और अंतहीन प्रेरणा से भरी एक शानदार यात्रा के लिए तैयार हो जाइए। The Girl Who Borrowed Light. Part 3. The night the flame almost went out. The year Meera entered her final school grade, the town seemed to close in on her. Expectations grew louder. Time moved faster. And mistakes became expensive. Board exams were no longer a distant idea whispered by teachers, they were real, looming, and unforgiving. Every conversation, every announcement at school, every notice on the board reminded students that this single year could decide their future. For Meera, it felt like standing on the edge of a cliff with no safety net. Her days became a blur of school, chores, and study. She stopped noticing festivals. She forgot what it felt like to sit idle. Even laughter felt like a luxury she could not afford. At home, the situation worsened. Her father injured his back at work. It wasn't dramatic, no loud accident, no hospital rush. Just a sharp pain that refused to go away. He tried working through it, but each day he returned home earlier, moving slower, breathing heavier. The income dropped suddenly. Shanta stitched more, slept less. Meera noticed new lines on her mother's face, deeper than before. She heard her parents whisper at night, voices thick with worry. School fees were due. Exam forms had to be filled. Books needed replacing. One evening, Meera overheard her father say quietly, "We can't manage everything." The words felt heavier than any failure. That night, there was no electricity. The candle flickered weakly, its flame shorter than ever. Meera stared at it for a long time before opening her book. Her mind refused to cooperate. What if she failed? What if all this effort led nowhere? What if she was the reason her parents were suffering? The questions piled up until her chest felt tight. Suddenly, the candle went out. Darkness swallowed the room instantly. Meera froze. She searched for matches but found none. Her hands shook. The silence felt suffocating. For the first time since she had started studying by candlelight, Meera did not relight the flame. She sat there, in complete darkness. And she cried. Not quietly. Not carefully. She cried the way people do when they don't know how much more they can carry. The next morning, Meera did something she had never done before. She didn't go to school. She stayed in bed, staring at the wall, her books untouched. Shanta noticed immediately. "Are you sick?" her mother asked, worried. Meera shook her head. "Then why aren't you getting ready?" The words Meera had held inside for years finally spilled out. "I can't do this anymore," she said, her voice breaking. "I study and study, but it's never enough. We don't have money. Baba is unwell. Everyone expects so much. I'm tired, Ma. I'm scared." Shanta sat beside her daughter, stunned. She had always known Meera was strong. She had never realized how heavy the burden had become. That afternoon, Mrs. Rao came to their house. She had noticed Meera's absence and felt something was wrong. The three women sat together in the small room, the teacher, the mother, and the girl whose future hung in silence. Mrs. Rao spoke gently. "Meera," she said, "tell me honestly, do you want to continue?" Meera nodded through tears. "Yes," she whispered. "More than anything." "Then listen carefully," the teacher said. This path will not get easier, but it will get clearer. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to survive this year. She explained about fee waivers, about scholarships, about support that existed quietly, waiting for those brave enough to ask. For the first time in weeks, hope entered the room. Still, the test was not over. A month later, disaster struck again. Meera fell sick just weeks before her pre-board exams. High fever. Weakness. Days lost. She studied in bed when she could. She revised in her head when she couldn't hold a book. But when the exams came, she was not ready. Her results were devastating. Much lower than expected. Some teachers shook their heads. Some classmates whispered. One even said aloud, "I knew she'd break." Meera stood in the corridor, holding her report card, feeling hollow. That night, her father spoke softly. "Maybe," he said, "we should accept what is possible." Meera didn't argue. She went to her room, sat by the window, and stared into the darkness. There was no moon. No candle. No borrowed light. Just silence. And then, something shifted. She remembered all the nights she had studied when she was tired. All the mornings she woke up early when others slept. All the times she chose effort over comfort. She realized something painful but powerful. This was not the end. This was the hardest part. The next day, Meera stood up. She went to school. She asked for her mistakes. She read every paper. She practiced until her hands ached and her eyes burned. Not because she was confident, but because giving up would hurt more. Slowly, very slowly, the flame returned. वीडियो देखने के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। अगर आपको यह कहानी पसंद आई हो तो लाइक, शेयर और सब्सक्राइब करना बिल्कुल न भूलें। मिलते हैं अगले वीडियो में।